Hello and welcome to this course on the Fundamental Five by Think Catholic. My name is Austin Habish. I'm the Executive Director for Think Catholic. I'm also the founder of Sent Evangelization. I was a seminarian, diocesan seminarian. I was a Carthusian monk. I'm a door-to-door evangelist, traveling around the country teaching parishes and dioceses how to do door-to-door evangelization. So I'd like to welcome you to this brief course. It'll be pretty informal. We're going to go through the 5 fundamental questions that you can bring someone from absolutely nothing, no knowledge of the faith whatsoever, to the evident credibility of the faith. So those 5 questions are: does God exist? Are the Gospels historically reliable? Within them, did Jesus claim to be God? Did he prove it? Did he found an infallible church? And is that the present-day Catholic Church? A couple preliminary comments, which will be helpful for us as we go through this course. The first is, it's important to note that even if we show that the faith is credible, that won't necessarily force people to assent to it, to believe the faith. The gift of faith, as the Catholic Church teaches, is a gift, and as St. Thomas describes, and I'll put that episode from the Summa Neer podcast here in the course, but it is a supernatural act. We are believing God who is revealing himself to us. Revelation is supernatural, and so for us to make a supernatural act, God must move us to that act. So it's a gift. So even if you go through the entire Fundamental 5, you make the Catholic faith extremely credible, someone may choose not to believe it, and we just have to accept that. And that's why intercessory prayer is so incredibly important for Catholic evangelists. The second preliminary note is that when you're talking to someone, the first thing that you want to do when it comes to discussions of the faith is you want to diagnose, to the best of your ability, whether their struggles are of the head kind or of the heart kind. So is it an intellectual thing or is it a willful problem? So are they missing knowledge? That's a head problem. Or are they missing desire, which is a heart problem? Do they not want the truth? Or do they not want the faith to be true? Because that's going to look like 2 very different conversations. To give an example, when I'm speaking to atheists at the door, I'll ask a question to clarify which of those problems they happen to be going through currently. So I'll ask an atheist, would you want God to exist? And I ask that to tell me which of the struggles they're currently going through. If I ask an atheist, would you want God to exist? And they say, yes, I just don't think he does. Well, then they need information. So it's a head problem. We can provide that information. Some of that information we'll go through in this course. If I ask an atheist, would you want God to exist? And they say no, well, that's an entirely different conversation. That's a heart problem. So we have to talk about wounds or their misrepresentation or conception of God. It's a very different journey. So that's the first thing you want to do, is ask good questions so that you can understand what kind of journey this person you're speaking to is on, this person that you want to give the faith to, or you want to describe the faith to. The third thing is we want to take people through a journey that Pascal lays out in his Pensées. So he says in his Pensées that men fear and despise religion. They fear that it may be true. To solve this, we must go through 3 steps. The first is to show them that the faith is not contrary to reason, so that they might respect it. That's step 1. Step 2, make it lovable, so that good men may wish it was true. That's the second step. And the third step is show them that it is true. So when you're speaking with someone, what the Fundamental 5 should help you do is accomplish that first and third step. So the first is to show that it's not contrary to reason or faith in any way. And then thirdly, show them that it follows, that it logically follows. But that middle step is really dependent upon you, your witness of charity, showing them that the faith is something good and lovable. And they're going to detect that through you, the Christian. Would they want to be Christian? It's going to depend on actual Christians like yourself, and also the work of God in their heart. And so may God bless you as you go through this Fundamental 5 course. I will be praying for you. Please reach out if you have any specific questions, and let us, you and I, pray that through this course, through your instruction of it, my teaching of it, that both of us will draw closer to God, our knowledge of him and our love of him as well. May God bless you.